Want to set up as a face painting professional, but you don't want it costing you an arm and a leg? By the end of this video, you're going to find out exactly how to set up your own face painting kit professionally, look good, without breaking the bank, and what face painting kits will send you broke. Boom! Let's go! Hello, my name is Stephanie, Super Steph, and I book out a lot of face painting gigs. Do I like face painting? No. Am I a face painter? No. I'm like the Simon Cowell of face painting. I sit back in my chair working out what is actually going to sell and what isn't. That's my job. We've got 95 bookings next week and about half of those about face painting. And I'm going to show you exactly what I've been through for the last 15 years on face painting, my face painting experience, shortened down into a small YouTube video, because I honestly have tried all of the different types of setups and cases and all of these things, and I tell you exactly what's gone wrong so that you don't have to wear this scar. So you have to decide what type of face painter you want to be. Are you wanting to have it as a hobby where you just blow your money exploding with glitter and face paints and stencils? Do you want to go down that route, or are you doing this for money? Because as they say, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. So I'm not going to get you to keep spending money on face paint when you're not having the money coming back in. That's just a hobby. A business is a money-making machine. And you're going to earn a business and you're going to enjoy it, and then you can grow from that, but only when you've got the money coming in. So what do you need to look good as a face painter? The answer is not actually much, but you need to make sure it's clean and tidy. When I started out with funny, different coloured, fairy costumes and rainbow tablecloths, and everything was glittery. Then I realised over the years that all it looked was a little bit haberdashery, a little bit charity. So we've cleaned it all up, made it nice and black and a nice sleek look. Now that might not be your thing. You might want to have a big giant unicorn mask as you're doing face painting, or big giant fairy wings, and that's okay. Do what you want to do. It's your life and you'll know what makes you happy. And basically, happiness is the fun part of life. So this is what you may think you need just by looking at other people around in your area and seeing what they've got, because I know what it's like. You'll see these amazing cases. The cases that they roll on with a big pulley machine, like one of those carry-on luggages, and it goes pop, 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 and the legs flop out, and all the little tears come up, and it looks like a beautiful makeup case, and there's a big mirror with all these lights, and it costs about $650. Yeah, don't get it. Do you know why? They're flipping heavy. I bought 7 of these massive, beautiful face painting kits, and all it does is weigh you down, literally and mentally, struggling with, because they've got tiny little wheels, really tiny little wheels. You're struggling through a park with this huge thing where you know exactly that you'll probably use about 7 of the face paints and about 4 of the brushes, and you've got like a whole big thing in there. You have to fill it with a million split cakes and glitters, and it's all on show. And over a while, it just gets a little bit dirty, and you've got to keep on cleaning it. And there's so many of them that you've basically got about $2,000 in that kit. Now, $2,000 is nice until it gets stolen out of your car, which happened to us. You may think that you want this incredible costume, beautiful wings. We used to have wings, fairies, and lovely headbands and things like this. But in reality, you try and sit down for 6 hours with a pair of wings on your back, giant wings. That's what I say. Doesn't work. Or if it does, you're a better person than I am. What I recommend is having something nice and sleek, a bit more like a high-end restaurant. Maybe not high-end, not McDonald's, that's what I'm saying. Long black trousers, nice black top or white top, nice clean writing, and a little logo, schmick. Now this is what I recommend that you actually need to become a professional face painter without breaking the bank and without your husband saying,
"What's all this rubbish? Well, how much money have you spent on paint?"
So first up, this is the top tip. You make sure that you get your basic paints, your blacks, whites, reds, greens, you know, the basic primary colours. Then you get your one-stroke cakes. Now these one-stroke cakes, I'll show you. This is what a one-stroke cake is. You see this? We call them split cakes. I know there'll probably be face painters saying, "You're not saying it right." Yeah, That's okay. They make me money, that's all I care about. So these ones here, they're like strips of colour all together, and I guarantee that this will make you look like a professional face painter within no time. But you don't need all the colours under the rainbow, because you're going to go to the website and you'll see literally 150 different types of variations of these split cakes. And you'll think, I need to choose all of them. They're all so magical, but you really don't. And neither does your bank account, until you start earning. So take this one, for example. This is Fusion. I do like Fusion, it's a good brand. Fusion here, look at all these beautiful colours. These ones here are really good for rainbows, unicorn, hair, mermaids, all these, lots of different things. I definitely recommend getting a rainbow one. They look so pretty. Now, do I recommend you getting one of these in every single slight different colour variation? No, you don't need it. So just remember, what can I do with this particular one, and how many designs I can use with just this one split cake? Then what you do is you go onto YouTube and you find all these different types of designs which use just this. It doesn't have to be exactly this, just like a basic rainbow, and you'll know that you can make 20, at least 20 different types of designs from this and a bit of black and white paint. That's it. If you buy these 3 things, I can guarantee that you have just become, my friend, a professional face painter. Now, if you like these tips, I've got a guide on the simple steps to become a well-paid kids party entertainer as a side hustle or as full-time. Now, I believe that this is the best job in the world, especially if you love working with children. So just comment below, give me the guide, and I'll send it to you. Or if you click on the link below, you'll also get the same guide. This is what I recommend. Now, this is the table here. The table here is too small. I just got this type of table just because it was downstairs. The other tables I have are a bit bigger. They sort of come out a little bit further out. Usually 80 by 80 centimetres is quite nice, or 80 by 60 centimetres. I also recommend having a table that has legs that just literally go whoop. You don't have to screw those in. Any of those screwing in things, those things are just a nightmare, especially if you're late for a show, which you will be, and you've got to try and screw them in. They just don't work. Get them out, popping out. Also, make sure it's light, because you're going to be carrying that thing forever. It doesn't have to be expensive, but that's what I recommend. Next thing is, go onto Amazon and order yourself one of these. This is just a straight black polyester tablecloth. It's crease-free. I've literally just washed it. It's still a bit damp, so it's not that crease-free at the moment. I don't think they really are crease-free, so I'd recommend putting a very cool iron over the top of it, just to get those creases out and make it look really professional, which I will do later. A black tablecloth really does look better than a glitzy tablecloth. It just makes you look more professional. I used to have glitzy tablecloths, think it looked pretty, but actually it doesn't make it look cheap. Then I got one of these. This is from Kmart. When you turn this on, beep, I haven't got any batteries in it at the moment, but all these tiny, tiny little lights shine up. This here is great because when mirrors smash, which they do, you just go and buy another cheap one. But I like it because it's black, and black doesn't show up dirt, because when you're a face painter, there's random kids touching things, touching their faces, and it gets dirty. So try and make everything as black as you can. There are water buckets like this, and then there's water buckets. So I recommend getting one like this. This is from Tag, actually. It says Tag Australia, so I'm sure they're somewhere in America or in England. But don't get one which is white, because the white ones, what does white do? Shows up dirt. You don't want to be cleaning all the dirt out. Now, I did used to have like a thing like Officeworks, which was just like a pen pot, but it's got to have this sort of shiny plastic so that the paint doesn't stay on it. Otherwise, you'll be spending forever and a day trying to scrub any marks off. You can see it's got like certain marks in there like this. I can scrub it off, but no one's really gonna notice inside. It's really about the outside. Now have a look here. This one's great because it's got this sort of grate underneath here. And also it's got these 2 wells. So you have like a big dirty well, good old dirty and black. Then you stick it in this one, clean it off a bit, and then you stick it in this one. And then it makes it a lot cleaner. You've also got these little lines here where you can sort of have brushes set up, but top tip, I recommend always keeping brushes out of water because they start to look dirty when they're sat in dirty water. So just clean them up, stick them in these tiny little holes. Really useful, this one. Now, also I recommend just a box of wet wipes. Now some children will be allergic to random wet wipes. I know face painters say, oh no, not these wet wipes because there's children who are allergic. Let's get water wipes. Fair enough, if you want to spend your money on water wipes at $7 Australian, be my guest, but this is never ever giving a child a rash. I can guarantee if you've got a child who's allergic and one of those rashy types of children, you're going to know either one, that they're just going to rash, like one of my twins, or two, you keep them away from face paints, which is what I do. Don't ever let my children do face painting in a public area. Too many bugs. Ooh. Now also we've got this one in here as well. This here is what I recommend. It's one of these, it's a tag. I'm sure you get other types, but it's sort of like a folder like this. I'll bring it up to you. See? It's like a folder. And the reason why I like it is because you can open it up nice and quickly and you can put it down, and when the water is on here and the children, which they will, what's that? Sloshing it everywhere, most of it comes in here, and it's got like this tray, it's got like a lip, so the water goes on here. That's what I recommend. I also recommend getting black towels, just hand towels from your local shop. This one's from the local supermarket, and make sure that they stay black. So you need to wash them. So when you go out, don't just get it out and it's all dirty and it's got dirt on it. Make sure that you wash them. I would probably get 4 in total. I'd have 2 in the wash and I'd have 2 in my pack. One's actually for like, laying on the child's lap, just in case I end up dropping my brush. I do not want to drop my brush on a lovely little person's nice white trousers. So that goes on their lap. And the other one is for unexpected random drips. And the other one is for this, just in case it splashes around and I can grab it and just wipe the floor. When you're setting up face painting, I also recommend that you set up somewhere where it has got no carpet, because accidents do happen. And I had a child once just literally take this and just tip it on the floor like that. Thank you, I love my job, I love my job, I love my job. When they do that, you want it falling on a wooden floor or a tiled floor or grass. But you do not want it on a carpet, because you are liable when that stuff does not come out. And I know that people say it doesn't stain, and it does. They're lying to you. Lying. The red ones sometimes stain, the black ones sometimes stain, the purple sometimes stains, the green sometimes stain. So if you've got any of those colours, which you will have, it's gonna stain. Now these are the brands that I use. I use Tag. Sometimes I use Wolf. I like Wolf as well. It's smaller, and I think it's a bit blacker. And this Tag here is just a regular white one, but Tag's hypoallergenic. That does not mean though that it's not going to make a child rash free. Some children just rash just because they're outside. This is one Wolf, this is the Wolf one I was chatting about, black one. Then what I do is I take these, and with ones which I don't use that often, I split them like this. So I'm not having to carry around so many paints, because all they do is just get dirty or lost, or the lids get broken, they look gross. I do recommend that you spend money on split cakes, because it really does enhance your face painting skills, and you don't really have to do anything. You just put it on and it's already magical. I had a boyfriend once, he phoned me up and said that his daughter had just got a rainbow butterfly and it was magical. I was like, oh, that's just a split cake. He was like, really? They've got paints that have different colours on them. He didn't notice at the time, but that's what clients think. Magic. Okay, this is glitter cream. Now you can make your own glitters, really don't bother. Like, until you're doing massive paint jobs, then just get one of these, just get used to it. And you don't need very much. You literally just put your hand on there and it goes on like that. Oh, it feels so silky. I reckon if I put that on my face, I'll probably look 20 years younger. But what I do like about these, this one here is Gleam. You know, you don't have to get these colours. It's just like the whole idea. Just get one which has this. But what I do like about these ones is that it's already charged and based in some sort of like a cream that goes onto the skin, and you can put it straight onto your face paint, whereas sometimes a gel based one, you smear it on, it just basically takes the paint off. So this is why I prefer this one, because it goes straight on and it doesn't affect the dry face paint. I might get my eyes in. Now, if you like this video, please show me you liked it by ticking the thumbs up down below. And if you have any input for the next video, please comment below so that I can hear your point of view, as I do really want to hear what you have to say, because you have also got great ideas too. So what type of brushes do you need now? I'm going to show you. This is a brush wallet. So it goes like this. zips them all up, and you can undo them, and then it sort of sits like a little folder like this on your table. That's why you need a table which is slightly bigger than the one I've shown you in the picture. 80 centimeters by about 60 is really good. Now have a look at these brushes here. You see these brushes? Just so you can see them. And do you know what? Each of them obviously do something different. So this here is a filbert brush, and they're just great for filling in. I won't go into too much detail for these, but this here is the number 6 brush. When I say number 6, yes, this is probably low Cornell. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a number 8, sorry. Low Cornell 8 brush. 6 is slightly thinner, but you can never tell exactly if it's a 6 brush or an 8 brush, because a low Cornell will have it, this is an 8, but another company will have this saying it's a 6. It's sort of like clothes sizes. So just have a look. You need ones like this. This is called a round brush, and very small ones as well. And then you've got the really small ones for fine work, like that. I got this one as well. This is great. This is for an idiot's guide to dots. So get one of these. You just sort of, you smush it around in the face paint, and then you can do some really nice looking dots rather than trying to fake it with a round brush. You need one of these. This is a 3/4 flat brush here, and I wouldn't get the 1 inch because these split cakes are actually just too small for a 1 inch, but they're okay for 3/4. And also the child's face. If you're doing it on children, they've got teeny tiny little faces, and this is perfectly big enough, whereas a 1 inch, which probably does just fit in here, is just a bit too fat. On top of that, I would recommend getting some stencils. Not everybody's stencils. I spent so much money on stencils. Don't go down that route. Just get the basics. So these are the stencil basics. So we've got some love hearts, some snowflakes. I always do snowflakes at frozen parties, little stars, and we've got the unicorn horn. Now these, you don't have to get these exactly, but just get some stars. Stars are really important, but get a few, don't get too many. The reason why I say don't get too many at the start is sometimes people do not like stencils. It's a very small amount of water that goes onto a sponge, and you've got to tap, 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 and if you just tap it a bit too much and it splurges, game over. So practice before, and then you can add on to your stencils. And also I recommend doing the actual face paint first that you've decided on, and then buy the stencil. Don't buy the stencils just looking at the stencil shop and getting all excited like kid in the candy store. They'll just sit in the drawer just like all of my other stencils do. And you've got sponges. So sponges are here. I just got this from some like $2 shop, and I got black. Again, get black, don't get white, because it'll just get dirty and mucky, and then you look cheap. These are the sponges here. These are called half sponges. Then I've got this. This here is just like, I actually got these from AliExpress. I don't know if you can see, aliexpress.com. It's a stubble sponge. You just put it very lightly into the black with a very tiny little bit of water, and then you can create a stubble, which is cool. But in a face painting shop, these were like $11. I was like, I'm not paying that. Go to AliExpress. And I also get from the AliExpress as well. And these are mini daubers, finger daubers, for the stencils. AliExpress, you can get these for so cheap, for like 50 of them. You put your paint on here, tiny little bit of water, put the stencil on, stencil, daub. And then you need glitter. Oh. So I've shown you some glitter, but these are the other ones. This is a puffer. I recommend getting a puffer as well. Now I have gone through the different colors. I've got pink as well, but the ones that I recommend is the holographic silver, because it really pops out. This one's a white, Don't go down this route if you want to make sure that you're not spending more than you're saving. $1 saved is $1 earned. So holographic silver in a puffer about this size. I think this is 25 mils. I don't know how much this is. And what do you put in your special booklet? First of all, don't choose one of these. It's too hard. Just get a little beautiful little laminated PDF using Canva. And if you like, I will give this to you. Just click on the link below and I will give this to you, and put in the comment below, I want my face painting templates, and I will send these over to you. So I've got on one side, Christmas face painting design. Now on here, you can have it in here and just basically slot it in, or you can have it on there with your name and your details with a QR code on the back. So what else have they got to do? You can print these off really easily, give them to some of the parents as they're sitting in a queue. And what else are you going to do? What's that? Beep. And then you've got people and your website. And then when they've looked at your website, you can retarget them through Facebook. I feel all all excited just thinking about it. Nobody, I can guarantee, hardly anyone's doing that as a face painter. So look here as well. It says Christmas face painting designs. I've got my logo on there. I've got a basic website on there. It doesn't really matter. No one's really going to get you from here. The QR code, they will. And then I've got these: Santa hat, elf hat, reindeer, tree, snowman, snowflakes. Doesn't really matter what you put on here, as long as you can actually do that design. So look at the design that you like on YouTube, study it, practice it to the T, don't make up stuff, and then put that as one of the choices. I've done the same here for Halloween face painting designs. In reality, I wouldn't do this double-sided thing for two different events. I would do the QR code, because what will happen is at a Christmas party, you give this to a 10-year-old and they'll say, I want zombie. And now you've got a zombie at your Christmas party. Doesn't look the best. So give them choices of Christmas, because you want the client happy more than you want the child happy. That sounds weird, but you want the theme to be Christmas because the client is making a Christmas event and you want to please the client. Look at all these Christmas happy children with their Christmas designs. Now, why do I say don't get one of these books? Not for starters, not for starters. So with these books, you'll end up just like Gordon Ramsay goes to those hotels where they've got 20 pages of them. You do not need 20 pages of designs. You get 6 designs and you go and start publishing your work and getting work for yourself. All of this is just wasted time. So one thing I do have for these is our basic. So on a normal face painting, like a birthday party, we have these: flower, spider, pirate, butterfly, princess, snake. And we've got different ones up here as well, if you can see. There we go. And again, I'll give these to you. If you want, just comment down below and I'll send these over to you. But the best thing about this is that if you've got no time to make a zombie, you can make it as short as possible or as long as possible. But if you have this amazing design and you've only got 3 minutes to finish it, and the kid looks at that design and says, that's not what I got, that's the problem. So when you start, just choose 6 designs. Make sure when you're doing a Christmas event, it's Christmas designs, Halloween event, 6 Halloween designs. But in reality, don't even go down that route. Just do your birthday party, your shopping centre, your non-themed event designs, so that you can get to start working, get that money in, phoning up those clients. Get it all on one sheet, little squares. Pirate, pirate, snake, princess, flower. Now just imagine if you had all of these in the back, like this, okay? It's just too many designs, which means you have to have extra paints as well, which means your money is going to get driven, plus you've got to carry all this stuff as well. So make sure that you just do a really good designs which have the same colour base as your kit. I've just counted, I've got 15 face paints. Half of those are split cakes and the other half are just the usual primary colours with black and white. And that's really all you need to start off. Now here is a golden nugget if you are starting out as a face painter to get clients. That is to have a great smile and a fantastic laugh. When you're phoning up the clients, you need to sound happy. They can't see your amazing face painting, and in reality, your face painting might not be as good as somebody else's they've seen. But what they will hear is enjoyment, and that is what they will get when they book you. And if you're a face painter with relentless action of cold calling the clients around your area that would have a face painter with them, associated with them, then I guarantee that you will end up getting a lot quicker work than just sitting waiting for Facebook to show you in some algorithm. I guarantee if you contact 50 of these clients a day by finding their details on Facebook or online, going to the Abouts page or just the website and phoning them up, I guarantee that you're going to leave the face painters that you look up to for dust. And do you know how I know this? Because that's what we do. Phone, 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 phone. Hello, hello, is anyone there? And they love us. Another top tip is when you look at a YouTube video and you're copying somebody's work that they've put up there for you to copy, that you copy it exactly. Do not start to embellish it with random little freckles or dots or stars. Do it exactly, because they know what they're doing. They would have put those dots and stars there if it warranted being there, but sometimes less is more. And if you've got attracted to that face paint, do that face paint. I see it so many times with new face painters. They start adding extra bits and it always looks rubbish. And when a child comes up to you and says, I want to train on my face, I please don't do it, because you're not going to be able to do it unless you're a really, really, really good professional face painter. At the start, you're just beginning and you're faking becoming a really, really good face painter by sticking to the ones that you've practiced for hours beforehand. Don't start showing how bad you may be behind closed doors by creating a train out of your brain. Even if you've got a picture or a YouTube video on it, just say, sorry, this is what we're doing today just because of time. And that gets you off the hook. Now you may get face painters saying that you're doing somebody else's design that designer put on YouTube for you to copy, because there's a weird click with some face painters. Oh, that one is Leanne Ding Dong's. That shouldn't be yours. You need to make up your own design. Do you know what you say to them? Mind your own business. This is my business, mind your own business. You're not friends with them. And if you are friends with them, say it politely. Oh yes, oh okay, yes. And then just carry on. I've got plenty of those. Ignore them, do what you need to do to become a great face painter. And that is copying. We all copy. You need to copy professional ones to make sure that you are at a benchmark, so then you can freely start to learn your own designs. Now we have touched on some marketing today, but this video here goes into a little bit more detail on how to become a great face painter when you're starting out and you don't have that much money. Bye friends, bye.